Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us today on TasteBusters. Today we will be talking all about your taste buds, and we're going to try and debunk the infamous tongue map myth.
Are certain areas of your tongue really more sensitive to different tastes? Stay tuned to find out. In elementary school, some of us might have been taught that our tongues have specific areas that are susceptible to different tastes, such as salty, sour, sweet, and savory.
But actually, scientists have found that this is myth. They've found that each of the thousands of taste bud sensors on our tongues can recognize any of those tastes.
We're going to show you a few things and help give you a taste of what the tongue actually tastes.
Before we begin our investigation, it is important to know what a taste bud actually is. A taste bud is a tiny barrel-shaped ending at the end of the gustatory nerve fibers, which branch from the lingual and glossopharyngeal nerves and are located at the base of the papillae, which are small bumps located at the surface of the tongue.
The original tongue map was created by a German scientist named D.P. Hannig in 1901.
It all began with his curiosity of the tongue's sensitivity to the four basic tastes: sweet, salty, sour, and bitter.
He assumed that because of the basic whims of his volunteers, which showed different levels of reactions to the different tastes, which were placed at different points on his mouth, he concluded that the sensitivity to the different types of taste varied around the tongue.
Although he did not seem to consider that the idea that their taste buds could have grown accustomed to certain tastes after multiple trials of this experiment. So basically, the place where the strongest flavor was tasted was the first point where the flavor was introduced.
The idea was disproved in 1942 when a psychology historian, Edwin Boring, performed several tests on tongue sensitivity and proved that there were no areas of sensitivity to certain tastes on the tongue.
Along with that new discovery, a sixth taste was known as umami, but this was seen to have no change in the tongue map theory after it was retested several times. One of the ways that scientists have been able to disprove the idea of the tongue map has been with the discovery of an important protein on the tongue that allows us to detect sour tastes.
This is a very important discovery because it enables us mammals to recognize spoiled and unripe food.
Due to the fact that this protein was discovered, it can be proven that sour taste can be sensed on all areas of our tongues.
This tongue map theory can also be tested due to the fact that genetics can also determine how we taste.
There are super tasters, normal tasters, and non-tasters, which are determined by an individual's ability to taste bitter substance known as N6-prop.
This suggests that it may be more difficult for some people to detect a bitter taste, no matter what area of the tongue it is tested on.
This led to further research about the idea of what flavors affect different areas of the tongue.
In this research, we concluded that if someone were to taste salt or sugar on different parts of their tongue, it would be detected equally. We decided to test this for ourselves. Ariel will now put different flavors onto different areas of her tongue, and we shall see if she can taste them in places other than the designated testing zones that have been outlined on the tongue map.
Let's start with sugar.
The tip of the tongue is where the original tongue map said you could taste sweet flavors. Do you taste the sugar on the tip of your tongue, Ariel?
Yeah, I do.
Now let's test the different parts of the tongue. So what do you taste?
I taste the sugar on all parts of my tongue. Let's try salt just to be sure. Here we have salt. Usually salt is detected on the sides of the tongue, so I'm going to try that first.
Let me guess, you can taste it in the designated salty area of your tongue?
Definitely. Let's just try the rest to be sure.
So Ariel, what's your final verdict?
I can taste salt and sugar equally on all parts of my tongue, so...
There you go, folks. This completely disproves the tongue map and the idea that only certain parts of the tongue can taste certain things. While it is believed that different areas of the tongue can identify certain tastes to appear stronger than others, the tongue can actually equally taste all flavors.
Myth taste busted. Thanks for watching our Taste Bud special.
Tune in next week when we'll try to bust a new myth.
TasteBusters signing out.